2025. Hey, how you doing? Let's talk about the best video games that came out this year. This isn't just a list of my favorite games. Well, it is. But this is more of like a list of, you know, some games you might have missed, because I have some deep cuts on here. So come on in, scour my list, find some indie gems on here, and also, you know, you can confirm your confirmation bias. I bet you a lot of my favorite games this year were your favorite games this year. And before we even start, type down in the comments, let me know what the best games this year were in your opinion. And let me know if I was wrong about the games on my list. You stupid piece of shit motherfucking Keegan, you dickhead, I hate this guy. This game right here has me flip-flopping every single day. I swear I have a different opinion about this game. I love the Metroid series. I just adore it. I have so many nostalgic memories with it. And right here, we got more of that Metroid Prime experience. And why can't I really put my finger on this game? I feel like I'm already complaining in like the games that are supposed to be the best of this year. But this game, it's beautiful. The graphics are insane. One of the best looking Nintendo games like I've ever seen. And like the controls of the game are so fluid and amazing. And I love puzzle solving. I really do feel like I'm kind of like getting to play like an old school Zelda game. And for me, one of the reasons that I've always liked Metroid Prime, the series, so much is they remind me of like, I feel like I'm playing like a Zelda game, but I'm shooting kind of. But there's a certain puzzle box element to Metroid games. You're like solving just a giant puzzle. Metroid Prime 1 and 2 have this super tight game design for their puzzles and the whole world and how cohesive it is. And with this game, I can't tell if there's like something missing, or maybe there's too much going on. It's hard to describe it. As I've played through this game, I have really loved it, but I feel like I've really put up with like a flawed experience the whole entire time, which is totally fine. That's like real life. You can love things that have flaws. But Metroid Prime 4, it really has weird pacing. I don't like any of the NPCs like at all. And one of the reasons this is going in more towards the bottom of the list is because I know I do really like it a lot, but also at the same time, I haven't gotten to the end of the game, so I'm really not sure if like, I don't know, I need to see the ending because there's weird decisions in this game, and I feel like the overall experience, like, yeah, I'm just gonna have to be safe and put this down towards the bottom. But I really am having a wonderful time with this game, and I hope that it sells good enough that we get another Metroid Prime, like we get Metroid Prime 5, and they can really like take all of the like constructive criticism from this game and create something just amazing. Half of me really likes the ambition in this game, and half of me doesn't. I feel like maybe if you made an open world Metroid Prime game, I feel like it could be really cool, but I feel like that would just take so much cooking, you know, and I don't know if like these developers have enough time to make something like that. So I really do think that they should strip Metroid Prime back down and like, you know, get back to the roots of Metroid Prime 1 and 2. That's really what I think. I just love the gameplay in these games. It's so freaking fun, and I think they've done a pretty good job. Sometimes there's things I don't like the psychic. You get a psychic beam, and for some reason I can never control the thing. I can't tell if it's inverted or if it's not inverted, or I don't know. Sometimes you walk into rooms and you've been walking into like 10 rooms with no enemies, and it's a pacing thing. That feels a little goofy sometimes. I really like stories, but I think I'm more of a gameplay guy when it comes down to it. Coming from the guy who literally plays freaking turn-based role-playing games and they're all about story. See, I'm human, I don't know what I want, and I don't know why this game is so divisive to me, but I still love it. Like, I'm in this like love-hate relationship with this game. There's this giant open-world desert in this game that's like kind of bland, but I'm like kind of having fun zoning out doing it at the same time. Samus with a motorcycle is like super badass and kind of weird at the same time. I don't know. And when we go back to the game design, some things are just way too linear in this game. I miss all the diverging paths like in Metroid Dread, or you know, the first Metroid Prime game, second Metroid Prime games. Something just feels a little off and troubled about this game, but I seriously like it so much. I'm having so much freaking fun playing it, and I've been obsessed with it. I can't stop playing it. I was supposed to live stream the whole thing and I stopped. I just went, no, I just want to play it. So I've just been playing it in my own time. I gotta get back to live streaming it, but I'm just saying, like, I'm so obsessed with it that I just couldn't stop thinking about it, that I had to play it in my own time when I didn't have time to stream. And maybe that's because it's part of my curiosity that I'm so just curious about this game. Like, it's just, I don't know, like, how do I feel? And no, I like Samus being kind of a silent protagonist. I'm a freaking silent protagonist. I champion silent protagonist. I love being put in the shoes of a character, and my like silly little brain gets to decide who they are and how they feel from what's happening in the game. They could have given Samus like 1 or 2 lines like they did in Metroid Dread, though. That would have been fine. It would have been cool. But my argument is like, we don't need Samus to be like Princess Zelda or what they did in the other M. Like, come on. So, like, anyway, I'm just saying the tone feels so right and it feels so wrong at the same time. It's weird. I don't know. Overall, I think what I'm trying to say is I'm just really happy that this happened. You know, I'm really happy we got this. Just like in general, Metroid Prime has been acknowledged, and I want it to continue. I really do. I just hope the next one gets the right kind of writers to like really sculpt the tone that really feels Metroid-like. They did it with Dread. You know, go ask the Dread writers whatever they did for the tone and the atmosphere and the level, or you know, like the whole world building and stuff. Go ask them. Okay, so I know you're gonna be mad at me. I know this game is a little too low on the list, but we're coming in at Hades 2. Remember, this is all the super awesome games I played this year, and there was a lot. When I say that this game hasn't clicked with me yet, I think it might be just because I'm bad. I am getting so smoked in this game, and I've played roguelites. I understand that, like, you slowly get better and better every time you do a new run. And maybe I haven't found my groove yet in this game, but I know that I'm getting really close, and this will definitely jump higher on the list when I get maybe more acquainted with the game. Literally, the art style in this game is so freaking dope. I love all of the, like, you know, the hand-drawn cutscenes. And this main character, she looks so freaking cool. So I'm realizing the sheer amount of, like, content that's in this game, it's kind of crazy. I think one of the reasons why this is so awesome is there's so many different options that you can prepare for before you go on a run compared to a lot of other rogue games. It's like you're collecting trinkets, you've got a little farm that like gives you buffs. There's all these different characters that are giving you things. You get new weapons. And something that I found so interesting about this game is that, and I never played Hades 1, but like the dialogue in this game changes. Like if you get wrecked by a boss, the game knows you're getting wrecked by the boss. And then all the other NPCs are like saying things about it and like, I don't know, giving you tips or telling you you suck. Like everybody has different personalities with these characters that are in this game. Oh yeah, and my favorite part is every time you die, there's this cute little frog guy that when you come back to life or whatever, you can go give him a hug and snuggle with this cute little frog guy. And I like that a lot. It's pretty adorable. I don't think the frog does anything but be cute, but I like it. The animations and everything that's going on screen, it's really fluid and really cool looking. Everything feels broadcast in a pretty good way. Like the hitboxes feel pretty good. Sometimes I think there's a little bit of a puppet animation. Sometimes it doesn't look as good sometimes in this game, but most of the time, all the animations look freaking sick. And I haven't even really felt all the build options, but so far with the amount of runs I've done, it's felt like freaking infinite by now. Like I'm always getting a new ability every time. And for my ADHD, this game is fantastic. Like I'm always getting new things, like I'm collecting bones, or then I'm collecting like ashes or something. I'm always collecting these new things and I'm bringing back to base, and I'm upgrading all the things. And there's upgrades here and upgrades over there. And when you go out on runs, sometimes like other characters interfere with you. Like sometimes they do things that like hinder you, and sometimes they do things that help you, which I just find is really interesting. There's these random, completely random events where they're like, well, I don't know if, I assume they're random, but, and they come in and then they mess with you, and there's more storyline with that, and there's just lots of layers to this game. I haven't gotten too far yet, but apparently you get to descend down to hell and you can ascend up to heaven as well, up to Mount Olympus, and you can, I don't know, go fight Zeus or something. I don't know, Poseidon, he's somewhere. But yes, the dungeon crawling feels amazing in this game. This literally, have you ever seen, freaking games don't come with manuals anymore. It comes with a little manual and a little soundtrack. Just this team, what are they, Supergiant? What is it? Yeah, Supergiant. This team deserves so much. They're making incredible games, and I know it should be higher on the list, but I played so many good games this year. It's so hard. This top 15 is so hard, you guys. I'm struggling. Dude, this is unbelievable. I just got a package from freaking GameStop. I bought a brand new copy of this freaking video game. And what is it missing? This is a brand new sealed copy? You know what would make me feel better though? If the camera would focus for one, and for two, if you would give a like to the video. I would feel a lot better about this. Tales of Grace's F. This is actually the game that I played the most this year. I think I have like, I don't know, 75 hours in this. I beat both the base game and all of the DLC that came on the cartridge. I never played this one back in the day, and I was never honestly even interested in it. It came out back on the Wii of all things. But they did right by this game, like remastering it. Everything runs way better than it used to back in the day. There's a bunch of quality of life enhancements on this guy. Everything aside, I just really connected with the story of this game and the characters, like, so much. I've been a Tales fan for a long time. I fell in love with this series back in the day with Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube. There's just something really human about the storyline in this game. The characters all just have a really great dynamic, and I love hearing them banter amongst themselves. It's down to earth in a way that I felt was really touching. I mean, it's still a freaking RPG, so really exciting things happen later in the game, but nothing to me felt mundane about the adventure. It was really grand, and like, I don't know, it just, plain and simple, I loved it. Also, the battle system in this game is really underrated. This might be one of the coolest battle systems in a Tales game. It just works really well. Attacking and dodging and casting magic and healing yourself, all those normal things. But there's like a surprising level of like mastery to this battle system that is just really, really interesting to try to like achieve in this game. And where it's not too complex and it's not too simple. It just strikes a really good balance. This game just balances something about this game. It's really well balanced. When a video game just stays in my mind ever since I play it, like, and I can remember almost everything about the game, that's when I know I really connected with a game. I could really tell I was taking in everything and I was really invested in the story. There's so many games that I play the game and then, you know, like a month later, I've completely forgotten everything that happens in it. And that might just be a me thing with my like ADHD. But there you go, this game was ADHD memory proof for me. I remember the whole thing. I don't know. And it's also surprising for such an old game, all the voice acting I think is great. I really loved it. And this game has risen up to be one of my favorite Tales of games in the whole series. You know, it's right up there with the first Tales of Symphonia game. I also love Tales of Legendia, but no one likes that game, but I love it. So maybe, maybe I don't know crap about Tales games. No, but seriously, I really love games that are a little bit more unique, and like the experience really just is something I can't get anywhere else, and this is one of those games. I can't get this experience anywhere else really. There's something just so unique about this one. I must have liked it. I put 80 hours into it, so. Tales of Grace's F. What does the F stand for? Fuck? Next, let's talk about the game Morsels. This is a silly little stinky farty rogue game. Sure, that sounds disgusting, but somehow this game has an amazing aesthetic. It's got this vintage TV filter look that you can turn off if it hurts your eyes, and actually a really great art design. Everything is just so disgusting looking, like they're almost like up Saturday morning cartoons. And on top of that, some of the characters you get to use in this game are somehow weirdly adorable. So the genius of Morsels, and I've never seen a game do this before, is they mix roguelike games with creature collectors, like think Pokemon? So you start off your run with like a starter Pokemon. Say for instance, there's this gross little bubblegum, chewed up bubblegum guy, or like a silly little dandelion, and you go out there into the dungeons and you try not to die. This game has that twin stick shooter top down kind of vibe like Enter the Gungeon or Binding of Isaac. And as you go out there trying to survive, you collect new creatures. And eventually get a roster of 3 dudes on your team that you can rotate between whenever you want, and every single one of these characters has a unique ability. Excuse me, unique abilities. There's always something unique about every single one of these characters. And some of them are really wacky. Like there's this adorable little pet rock guy, and the faster he moves across the screen, the more invincible he is. If he slows down, he can get hit, but you just keep your momentum and you just slide around and kill everything. And going back to the creature collector angle, you collect experience points every time you kill enemies or rip open frickin' fish cans. And eventually your dudes level up and evolve into even better creatures that have better abilities. This game is such a blast. I think it's very well made. The balancing is like this close to being perfect. It doesn't have the mastery of Enter the Gungeon or Binding of Isaac or Cult of the Lamb, but I believe if this dev team keeps updating the game, it can get there. And actually, when I was editing one of my videos, I looked back behind me and I was like, to my girlfriend who was playing on the TV behind me, I was like, did you just beat the game? She's like, oh hey, this is the credits of the game. I was like, you beat it already? So she beat it in like literally a couple runs. I think she did like 4 runs and beat it on the normal difficulty. And there is a harder difficulty that we've been trying to beat now as well. But again, I think some of the balancing is off on some of the creatures, but and maybe some of the bosses could use a little work here and there. But like legitimately, this game is so unique, it had to be on my list. I love the aesthetic. The gameplay feels really good. It is just so fun, so unique. I've never played anything like this game. As you run around, you'll collect little trinkets. You can even find secret shops that are holes in the walls that you can get secret trinkets as well. Overall, I had a blast with this game, just running in there, being stupid, playing the game, and it's just a heck of a good freaking road game. It's so fun. It's super underrated this year, and it's really cheap. And it's on Steam and on the Switch. So if you can, try to get your hands on this game when you have a second, because it's just so fun. I should go eat some cheese. Yeah. Oh hey, I didn't see you there. I was just taking my hoodie off. My band put out a new record. We worked on it for 6 years. I would really appreciate it if you could give it some time. It ranges from poppy rock songs and dreamy emo stuff, even into some pretty hardcore stuff. I hope it hurts your ears. Thank you, you're the best. This right here is the most underrated game this year. Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. This indie game is unbelievable. Some of the coolest freaking sprite work I've ever seen. All the characters in this game are so expressive and like the character designs are so sick. Like look at Pipistrello, he's so cool. I called the main character Pipistrello. The main character, his name is Pippet. I feel like I'm calling Link from The Legend of Zelda right now. Goodness. This game is a Metroidvania, top-down with like pretty much Game Boy Advance graphics. And you know, I can't get enough of Metroidvanias. We can't get enough of Metroidvanias. We all love Metroidvanias. The game is called Cursed Yo-Yo, and you literally fight enemies with a yo-yo. But I really want to highlight the puzzle solving in this game. It's so freaking good. So not only is it a Metroidvania, but it's a Zelda-like. It is 100% a Zelda-like game. Literally, I could not get enough of this game this year. Like, it is just such a... It's so nice to like play a game that really tickles and teases your brain. And not only are the puzzles really good, but like, you have to actually be like, really like intuitive with like how you use all of your different abilities and attacks in this game. So it's almost like also Metroid in that way, you know? Like you really have to use all your new abilities all the time for all, and you really gotta think about these puzzles, and it feels so good when you solve them. Some of the levels are really big mazes. The whole world is kind of a big maze. It's a big puzzle box, that thing that I love about like stuff like Silk Song and Metroid Prime and Metroid Dread and Super Metroid, all those games. How I mostly played this game this year is I played it vicariously through my girlfriend, who beat the whole game. So me, with my stupid busy schedule of being in a band, being in YouTube, working 40 hours a week, blah blah blah, I got to really see everything this game has to offer and help Maddie solve puzzles. She's way smarter than me, so I didn't really do that much. And the ending of this game, it looked so challenging. Honestly, there's only one flaw I can think of with this game, and it is a little bit in the combat. The combat is pretty fun, but sometimes it's a little cramped and there's no dodge roll or anything, so you have to really think about your placement of where you're attacking. And some of that claustrophobia gives you less options for what you can do in the combat. But otherwise, the light story in this game was really good. The world building was pretty cool, actually. And most importantly, all the level design is so good. Just such an amazing indie game. I cannot get over these freaking awesome 8-bit, 16-bit graphics, whatever bits you're supposed to say. I like this game so much this year that I've been actually doodling frickin' Pippet here, the main character. I just love doodling this character. Sincerely, wholeheartedly, I recommend this so much if you like Metroidvanias. If you're done with Silk Song, move on to this, you know, seriously. I really think that this, what is it, PM Studios, Pocket Trap, I don't know who made this or published this, but they deserve so much more recognition. Criminally underrated, went under everyone's radar, and it's such a good game. Zelda fans, Metroid fans, rally up and play this. Seriously, so good. There might be a little bit of minor pain points in this game that can cause frustration, but there's a wealth of options to change the difficulty in this game, and I mean a wealth of options. You can change legitimately everything. How much damage you do, how much damage enemies do, there's literally everything. Get it. Okay, I'll admit it. I'll come clean. I can't hide it anymore. Keegan's a Pokemon shill. He bought 2 copies of Legend ZA. In all seriousness, Legend ZA has a lot of flaws. It really does. I thought about making it a little lower on the list, but man, there's just something... you know, there's a Pokemon nostalgia that lives deep inside me. It lives deep inside me, and I just can't I can't shake it, man. So with my personal bias, yeah, I really did have a lot of fun playing this game. I like seeing Game Freak have these new ideas, and I do want to get it out of the way right away. Legends Arceus smokes this game. But I did have fun with the immersion of this game, running around with like your Pokemon in the city. I stay off the internet. I'm not really into the internet vitriol of things. But I've heard so much about this game, even though I stay away from the internet, which I find hilarious. So it must have been a big thing. Our biggest thing here is they changed the dang battle system. And I am torn about it. For one, I liked the new freshness of this active battle system. But also turn-based is what I love about Pokemon. So, you know, so there's a lot about this that is... how do I say this? I was happy to try the new thing, but I really miss the classic, delicious old thing that they had. The characters in this game, I was fine with them. I thought they were actually fleshed out and pretty interesting. Definitely not like the best writing ever, but they didn't irritate me as much as like, say, like the original X and Y. And I really love the character models in this game. So if we're talking graphics, I think the character models looked awesome. I really enjoyed most of the character designs, and it's Pokemon, so like sometimes it's just so goofy, over the top or under the top. Well, I don't know. Sometimes Pokemon designs can be strange and you just like them because they're Pokemon, you know, but I don't know. I enjoyed the character models, and I mean the graphics of it, and I loved changing my character's clothing and just, you know, role-playing, you know, like role-playing as a Pokemon trainer. I feel like that's one of the strong points of this game. And just having that button you turn on and you have a Mega Pokemon who goes out and just smokes all the other players' Pokemon. And this game is based on the ZA Royale, so in the daytime you're running around being a Pokemon trainer, collecting crystals and doing side quests, and then at night there's this big battle league that happens, and there's a certain part of the city that gets locked down for only Pokemon battles. And those are fun to do. Most of the time you just run in there, clean house, and kill as many trainers as you can, see how much money you can make. It's a fun little challenge that happens every night with the day and night cycle. This game has like an online mode with this active battle system, action RPG battle system. I should be saying action RPG battle system. I don't know why I'm not saying that. I was trying to say active time battle like a Final Fantasy game. Action RPG, that's what this is. There we go. Anyway, the online battles, I thought they were going to be more fun, but what really happens is just it's whoever is better at like stealing kills. The more I played it, there really is actually a strategy to it, but I'm not sure if the type of strategies that you have to employ are that fun. And this game has what's called seasons, so every freaking, I don't know, month or whatever, you have to jump back into the online mode to get the rewards of new Mega Stones and things like that. And maybe it feels tedious. I like that they keep adding stuff to it so that you can keep coming back to it, but sometimes I'm like, you know, maybe I do feel like I'm forced to play this sometimes. I haven't fully done shiny hunting in this game, but it's not too bad. It's pretty fun. I still think Legends ZA just smokes this in every way with shiny hunting, story, just the battle system, the immersion, just everything. But yeah, it was really cool seeing like how they adapted the moves to an action RPG versus a turn-based RPG in this game, and I've still been having fun seeing what different moves do different things in this new system. In the city you can also get on the rooftop, so there is some verticality to this game, but you do kind of get sick of being in the same city the whole game. So like the replayability on this I just do not think is there compared to like Legends ZA or a lot of other Pokemon games. But I really think that the reason why the buildings don't have like windowsills and stuff is because you can fall off the buildings back down to the ground and they didn't want you to get caught on things. People are mad that the buildings look like flat JPEGs or whatever, and I don't care about graphics, bro. I just want the game to be fun, and this game is fun. Not perfect, but I had tons of fun playing this, though I am worried about the direction of Pokemon, I will say it. As long as they don't make the mainline Pokemon games action RPG, I'm good, but if they make all the coming games action RPGs, I will fall off. It was fun for one game. It was fun for a one-off game, but it'll really kill me if we just have action RPGs going forward. Also, the next generation of Pokemon, you better not be a game keycard or I'm gonna riot, bro. It's not a threat, Game Freak, but I will rip off all my clothes and scream. And no one wants that. Here's the games I wanted to play this year but didn't have time. Look at that list, bro. That is a long list. Oh my goodness. Most people know that I am a crazy Dragon Quest fan. Last year, we got the crazy new shiny remake of Dragon Quest III, and this year, we got a crazy new HD 2D shiny remake of Dragon Quest I and II. Going into this, I was so curious, like, how can they elevate these games? These are some of the original turn-based RPGs ever made. In fact, it kind of is the godfather, the progenitor of the modern turn-based RPGs that we love to play. Now, I have a Switch 2 now, but I still use my Switch 1, and I take my Switch 1 everywhere, and this is what has been in there. I've been playing this whenever I go somewhere and I have, like, what? I go get some food somewhere and I'm waiting for my food to come out. I kind of get my little Switch out and play it, you know, at work. You don't have to tell them, but at work I'm playing this on my Switch when no one's looking. But all in all, this deserves to be on so many people's Game of the Year list. Square Enix knocked this out of the park. I mean, just, uh-oh, my battery's gonna die. Hang on a second. Shoot. I'll be honest, I don't even remember what we were talking about, but this game is beautiful. I love it, yay! What's great about this package right here is that it's got 2 games on it. And actually, they've provided tons of content. They extended the life of both of these experiences, and they really souped up both games. But in Dragon Quest I, you only have 1 party member, and that's by design. That's how the game was originally. And I thought with Dragon Quest I thought, you know, I'm gonna enjoy it, but I'm not gonna, like, love it. And surprisingly, Dragon Quest I, what they've done to it is so great. The way they updated this game, they have added so much strategy. I actually really had to use my brain, like, on the normal difficulty. You know, like, I had to switch my weapons on the fly for different situations. I had to make sure I was using dodgy dance on myself so I could dodge the enemies. Because you're one dude and they'll throw, like, freaking 7 enemies at you, and you have to find out how to, you know, avoid all of their attacks. I had to be smart when I buffed myself because I only got 1 turn. It's either attack or buff or heal myself. And that does get you into the sticky situation where sometimes you just get in a loop of healing yourself and the enemy's attacking that you kind of can't get out of until you die. I guess that would be my criticism of it. But Dragon Quest II, one of the reasons why I don't love Dragon Quest III as much is because you don't have unique party members. You just kind of like create what kind. I want a warrior, they pop a warrior out. I want a freaking thief, and they pop a thief out at you. You know, they're nameless, and you get to name them, but which is great. But in Dragon Quest II, you have like real people. They're real party members with their own personalities. And it's just really fun what they've done to the storyline of the game. They've made it extra exciting. And like I said, been super fun. Turn-based RPG, I've just been taking this in little bite-sized chunks here and there. And I've just loved it. I cannot put it down. It's been my fun little go-to off-camera video game. Square Enix, HD 2D visuals never stop. They look so good. And I love them. And we're ready for Chrono Trigger next, I guess. I'm really scared of them remaking that, but just don't change anything. Make it the same game, but make it look like this. Holy smokes. I'm telling you, I'll be drooling. I'm gonna be a ravenous fan. Ravenous. Did I say ravenous? I'll be honest, I kind of forgot that, like, this year is when I got my PS5. I got a Switch 2 and a PS5 this year. I'll be honest, for me, I never truly really had a reason to upgrade from my PS4 to a PS5 till this year. And the reason to upgrade was not for this game. But I was surprised. I just picked this game up. I just went, I don't know, cool samurai game, let's try it. I'm not really a AAA slop enjoyer. People talk like that nowadays, bro. I will say, okay, so I don't usually play a lot of AAA game design type games. I'm not saying that I'm immune to playing those games. I do play them from time to time. But you know what? I really enjoyed this open world. And like, the first opening shots, when you get out into the opening world and all the beautiful flowers and stuff, it truly like took my breath away, and I went, oh, this is a special game, dude. Let me say I never played Ghost of Tsushima, okay? Just so we know, I never played that one. So I truly did not know what to expect at all. Now this team here, Sucker Punch, man, back in the day, I loved them. They made potentially one of my favorite trilogies of all time, Sly Cooper. And I understand that a lot of the Sly Cooper devs might not be even working on the Sucker Punch games anymore, but you know what? That was kind of in the back of my mind a little bit, just, you know, remembering like this studio really did like, you know, change my childhood forever. But this game is really cool. Like, it makes it makes going out there feeling like a samurai fighting other samurais like so tactile. You kind of feel like this unmovable tank, yet you still die in a couple hits. Like, I love that vibe because you're really slashing each other with swords. Like, the game feels really brutal in a good way. You really feel like you're out there clashing swords and chopping dudes' heads off and stabbing them and like, yeah, it just making me sound like a serial killer or whatever, but I really enjoyed murdering, 10 out of 10. But seriously though, again, about this really big open world, seeing like, you know, like old school Japan. You're kind of in this valley surrounded by a bunch of beautiful snow-capped mountaintops, and you just run around this open world guided by the wind, and I always felt like I was finding something fun and new to do. Like, I'm just like chilling, and then all of a sudden a bear jumps out of nowhere and freaking kills me in one hit because I wasn't looking off to the left or something, like, or I just make campsites and then people kind of show up and they're like, hey, can I camp with you? And sometimes they'll sell you items and things like that. And there's just tons of random events that happen. Like, people want to come kill you because, you know, you're a wanted samurai or whatever's happening. And in between the fighting, you're going around and, like, just helping people around the world and things like that. But really, that's about it. It felt really good. The storyline felt good enough. I was, you know, intrigued by it. It sucked me in. All the voice acting is crazy good, and just the graphics in general, they're just insane. Like, it's one of those, they look like real people. I'm like looking at real people. I'm like blinking. I'm like, that's a real person? No, this is a video game. What? This is real life? The gameplay is really fun in this, and you get 4 different weapons that you can use. Or fighting styles, right? I guess, because like one of the other weapon loadouts is just having 2 freaking katanas at the same time, dual wielding them, but it's so badass. But yeah, a game about revenge. Atsu wants revenge, and she goes and gets revenge for these people who killed her whole entire family, and then you go kill them. It's you know, it's a great time. Also, just like running around with like having a shamisen on your back is like the coolest freaking thing ever. Like, it's so freaking cool. Gave me Zelda vibes, you know, because, you know, Link always has an instrument, like an ocarina or something, so it was kind of fun. I was like, hey, you know, I got an instrument. I like that. So they went and reinvented Donkey Kong. Look at this guy. They gave him a brand new design. Oh my gosh, the cathartic feeling of playing this game, going into a level and just destroying anything that you want is, dare I say, life-changing. For a ADHD infected individual like myself, a game like this is just like crazy. Like I feel like I'm putting all the puzzle pieces in my brain back together as I just destroy whatever I feel like, collect any weird thing. Like, you have all these different collectibles that you can get. What I'm trying to say is the endless cogs going around in my brain, they are entertained. This game just feels so good to play. It's really like, it's like the movement of the game. How Donkey Kong feels as you control him and play the game. His moveset is so dope, and just everything just feels so exactly perfect. And it's because they gave Donkey Kong the Mario treatment, you know? Like, Mario movesets, they're so, like, calculated, and they transferred that onto Donkey Kong here. As a kid, I loved Donkey Kong 64. I remember getting it on Christmas with my Nintendo 64. I was probably screeching. I was probably so excited, I'm sure. I remember getting Donkey Kong and pod racing. Oh my goodness, that yellow cartridge. But yeah, all I can say is, like, I think the only flaw that I can see with this game is maybe just destroying everything can feel shallow after a while, but it hasn't happened to me. This is one of those games that just feels really good to just turn my brain off and let the game happen, and I really enjoy it. And not only that, there's some little puzzles here and there, and it all felt really satisfying to figure out for me. You got little old Pauline in this game as your little sidekick, and you're singing songs, and it's pretty adorable. You can turn Donkey Kong into these super powered Donkey Kongs, and he just goes and frickin' does crazy stuff. And overall, this just is such a well-crafted game. And yeah, I don't know, there's a lot of polish on this. Obviously, Nintendo worked super hard on this. I love the graphical style. All the worlds, they're really cool, really colorful, and just really interesting. And I heard the end of the game is absolutely crazy. I haven't gotten all the way to the end yet. If I would have seen the ending, this might have gone higher for me, just because I heard it's like mind-blowing. Coming from the other Donkey Kong games, I really feel like they got Donkey Kong's cartoony personality like perfect in this. It just really feels like a definitive expression of this dude, this freaking giant hairy monkey man who's an idiot. Like in the Donkey Kong Country games, they're really fun, but like sometimes he just gets hit by something and runs off screen. Like he stubs his toe and he runs away. And this, he actually feels strong, like he can just destroy the whole entire earth. I just think they really worked really hard to give Donkey Kong his own identity on here, and I think they knocked out of the park. There's a lot of content here, especially if you buy the DLC too. To me, it just really feels worth your money for what you get. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, it's just flat out good. It's just flat out freaking awesome. Oh boy, this next game makes me lose my dang mind. Kirby freaking Air Riders. This one really came out of nowhere. Well, it came out of nowhere in two ways. One, I never expected that they would ever make a sequel to Kirby Air Rider. And two, I really didn't expect myself to like it as much as I like it. Now, I love Kirby, he's a cool dude. But once I really got my hands on this game, I realized that I realized that it's just such an incredibly well-made game. Of course, I never doubted Sakurai. The guy who created Super Smash Bros. Also created this game. So it is a party game where you just run around and you just like kind of just lose your mind, but at the same time there is tons of strategy to this game, and I mean real strategy. Like there's gonna be like pros. There's gonna be Kirby Air Rider pros. There's literally so much that goes into this game. Every single character, every single little machine they ride on, everything just changes the way you interact with this game. So I said this was a party game. There's 3 different modes in this game. Sure, you can do the traditional races, but most of the people play this thing called City Trial. City Trial is this big open melee battle zone where you run around and grab as many power-ups as you can with your freaking greedy little hands. And it's so hard to describe it because so much is going on all at the same time. And eventually, towards the end of it, you get so overpowered that you are freaking flying around the screen at a million miles an hour, and you have to make all these like super quick decisions. Gameplay aside, this game is chocked full of stuff. It's modes on top of modes. There's literally like thousands of like unlockables basically. You can customize all your vehicles. Like I could pull out a laundry list of things that you could be doing in this game. But all in all, every single time I boot this game up, got a smile on my face, and I'm so happy to be playing it. Every time I just love it. Me and my girlfriend have been playing this non-stop, and we have gotten so many hours of fun out of this game. And I feel like we're just starting. This recently has been our go-to game to play together. We've played it about as much as Mario Kart this year, but for some reason my stupid butt one time on a live stream, I put it on like French for the voice in this game. So like whenever my girlfriend picks the little rock character she likes, it goes "Suava," and then when I pick my character, it goes "Why-do-do." But really, you can just get online on this game and just literally have endless fun. Just endless hours of fun. And sure, the gameplay loop is the same, but like every match you play is like completely different. It's because there's like so many variables in this game. You know what I mean? Just so many variables of what can happen. My big hope for this game is that they'll add more city trial maps. Not that I'm bored of the one I have, but I feel like the life of this game could last forever if they just kept adding new city trial maps here and there. They said they're not gonna update the game at all, but I'm just like, what if Sakurai accidentally just happens to update it here and there? That would be great. Because there kind of is like a little battle pass in this game. Kind of like how I was telling you that the Legend ZA Pokemon game keeps having new seasons. This one kind of has like a little battle pass every like, I don't know, every 2 weeks, every month, I'm not sure, but you do get special cosmetics that are supposedly only unlockable in these little events that pop off every once in a while, and they're so fun. I'm just enjoying getting this game and going and turning it on and just ripping it up out there. I just love Kirby, and the whole roster of characters in this game is so cute. I love all the characters in this game. You get to be a giant freaking hamster, dude. That's so dope. Or you get to be a guy named Gooey who just sticks his tongue out. He's got a long tongue and he's a weird little guy, and I like him. But yeah, again, every single character in this game plays so different. So every time I'm booting this up, I just am getting a different experience. Like, I can always go with my tried and true what I like, but also if I'm feeling a little spicy, just mix it up. Choose a different a different machine and a different character. Just have at it, Keegan. Get out there. Have some fun, buddy. Kirby Air Riders, I think it's underrated. It's so dang good. My nostalgia for this game runs so deep that it's essentially part of my personality. This is a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3. Now, I won't go on a whole nostalgic rant about how much Metal Gear Solid 3 means to me, but just know that just thinking about my childhood memories of this game gives me goosebumps. Getting back into this game with a new fresh coat of paint was so... it was so, I was gonna say interesting, but for me it really was transcendent. Now, I truly do think that this can live alongside the original game. I still like what the original game looks like with its piss filter and everything. But dude, Solid Snake is my freaking hero, man. I love all the time that I get to spend with Solid Snake, whether it's the original games or remakes. I felt really apprehensive because, you know, Hideo Kojima wasn't part of this at all, you know what I mean? And I don't think that the development team for this, who was it? I don't know who made this, but I don't think that they like made it perfect. Essentially, they just took the original source code basically and just made it basically one for one. What I'm trying to say is it doesn't feel like the original game, but it does feel like the original game. And yes, when you whip the camera around or you look at any of the graphics in this game, it is just like, yeah, that's an Unreal Engine game, bro, you know? And there's a huge part of me that gets a little grumpy about the, you know, generic Unreal Engine 5 looking games, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But dude, I'm telling you, going back over and playing this game, it is just like so heavenly for me, dude. Oh my god. I almost beat this game twice this year. While I was freaking being buried by endless video games, I still wanted to almost beat this game twice. Don't get me wrong, I know it's not a long game, but it's still like, dude, you know, I haven't really had a lot of time recently, and I wanted to play this more than once. I could have freaking played this 3 times, dude. That's how much I love this. This game is so legendary, and it still holds its mysteries. Every time I play it, I swear I'm learning new weird little quirky things that you can do in this game. This game was kind of like immersive sim games before immersive sim games, you know, like, you know, Bioshock and Prey and those kind of games. In this game, you go out there and you have to survive, you know, in a jungle. You know, you have to like hunt for your own food, for health. Like if you get if you get shot, you have to like get the bullet out and you have to tape yourself up and you have to bandage yourself. And you know, if you get bit by some poisonous freaking spider or something, you gotta take anti-venom, and it's just so fun patching Snake up. And how I play these games, since I've played this game so many times, is I just run in there and I be goofy and I do stupid things and just see what the AI does. I just love running around being an absolute dumbass in this game. Like, I want to put on a crocodile uniform and I want to attach C4 to enemies. I want to throw them off cliffs. I want to roll into them. I just basically go in there and be a goofball and torment these poor NPCs. I will forever love Metal Gear Solid 3. It will be forever one of my favorite games ever made, and it was so amazing to just play a remake of this. It really meant everything to me to just go around and play this. This really is just one of those timeless games that you can play over and over again. The way this game plays and how it feels, you cannot get this experience anywhere else. Also, they added a multiplayer to this that I haven't played yet, so I gotta get on that, dude. I'm slacking. This next game that I want to talk about is so criminally underrated and overlooked this year that it makes me queasy. We are talking about the turn-based RPG called Kingdoms of the Dump. I do not know how no one is talking about this game this year. This game should be up on the pedestal that games like Sea of Stars and Chained Echoes have. What would it be like if you mixed together Super Mario RPG and Chrono Trigger? Yeah, I'm saying Chrono Trigger good. This game is amazing. I mean, this game is so legendary, dude. I just don't know how no one's talking about it. Sorry, I'm a little rambly, but this game has made me feel crazy playing it. Like, the amount of like butterflies I've had in my stomach while playing this game are unbelievable. And maybe it's mostly in part to me being raised on Super Mario RPG and Chrono Trigger. Those two games definitely like literally like defined my life in a way. Dude, this game is so whimsical. I mean, your main character is a freaking little talking trash can. His name is freaking Dustin Binsley, like a bin, like a trash bin. There's so many goofy little puns in this game. Everything is like garbage based, everything icky, rats and bugs, and it has its own vibe like I've never seen before, but also like hits upon all the classics. It's got this amazing like mode 7 like world map, and dude, the music that plays while you're on the world map. Oh my, it gives me freaking goosebumps the whole time, dude. And legit, all the music in this game, it's so good. The graphics in this game are so amazing. Like, I adore it. Like, whatever these graphics are, this is like what I want. When I die, I hope I get pixelized and I look like however these characters look in whatever world I move on to when I'm leaving this planet. The game is so quirky and the battle system just rules. So it is turn-based, but they add layers to it. So there are timing-based attacks, so you want to press the A button right at the right time to do extra damage, or if an enemy attacks you, you press the A button at the right time. It's that Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario kind of vibe. Well, Clara Expedition 33 kind of vibe too, so. But then they add another layer on top of that where you actually need to move your character around, and you can move your character one tile every single turn, and you have to like avoid things on the ground, like there could be broken glass you don't want to be stepping on, or if you're standing on oil and an enemy does a fire attack, you will literally get just exploded into pieces and basically instantly die. So like your positioning really matters. And when I say positioning really matters, in the front row you do more damage and you take more damage, so you gotta be smart. Sometimes you want to move your character back so that you can get them prepared to heal when they're low on health. It seriously just freaking slams, dude. And just like Super Mario RPG, you get to jump around on the world map and find little secrets. You got these little gross little lunch boxes you find, which are the treasure chests, you know? And you save at porta potties. What the frick, dude? I'm just so in love with this game. It feels like a game made just for me, and I really hope that it can be a game for other people too. I want to scream from the rooftops, get this game, get this game. It is, if you like turn-based RPGs, especially Super Nintendo ones, you will not be disappointed. Like, the game is clunky in the right way. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like an old video game. It feels like I feel like I'm playing it on a Super Nintendo. I feel like I'm playing a long-lost, turn-based Super Nintendo RPG. I just cannot believe the art direction in this game is so good. It is goofy, but it's so good, and there is so much love poured into this game. Like, whoever you are, devs who made this, thank you. I cannot sing your praises enough, and I love the balancing in this game. The boss fights feel just right. I always am using my healing items, which is good. I feel like I am engaging with all the mechanics, and the boss fights have been so fun. Not to spoil it, but I'm gonna spoil it. The first boss you fight is like a freaking pissed off, like, fridge, dude. I don't remember what it was. It was like a ware fridge or something. I don't know. It was amazing. And then the second boss, I'm freaking fighting an octopus with a loofah, dude. It was so good. Even the lore and world building in this game is good. Like, I'm just play the game. Please, if you got some extra money, it's cheap. It is like the best place to spend your money. Just saying it. When you start getting down to the wire, these last few start to get really, really hard to rank. But I thought really long and hard about this, and I think that for me, this is the order I want to go in. Next, we have the splendid, fantastic, amazing Silk Song. There is no objective in opinions, but when I try to think more objectively in a sort, Clair Obscur versus Silk Song, it is just so hard for me to pick. With Silk Song, these are some of my favorite freaking character designs I've ever seen. These cute little bug creatures and fearsome bugs and this beautiful world. Every single biome just screams amazing every time I look at it. I love my Metroidvanias with lots of environmental storytelling, and that is in here. That's like how the Silk Song lore works. I love when things are shown to me versus told to me. I really just have fallen in love with Hornet as a character. I think it's just something about her. She's so cool, dude. I think two of my favorite female characters I've ever seen are Samus and freaking Hornet. And when I think about level design, the reason why the level design in this game is so freaking good and why all the mechanics work together in such a cool way is because this team really loved what they were doing and they worked on it till it was ready. This to me really feels like the most freaking clearly polished and finished game this year. Whatever Silk Song has, I just cannot stop thinking about it, and since I played it, I've been thinking about it just the whole time. And the divisive things about this game, like the difficulty being really, really difficult and the runbacks to bosses after a boss smokes you, sometimes you have to walk kind of a long way to get to them. I actually do not have any problems with that. I love when a boss knocks the wind out of you and you have to sit there and contemplate for a second and be like, dang, why can't I do this? And as you kind of go back on your walk of shame, you know, you really have to just think about what you want to do next in the battle. And the game kind of forces you to do that. And it's not super off-putting to me. This is another game that I vicariously played through my girlfriend once again. I watched her beat the whole game, basically. I was making sure I didn't spoil myself, so I kind of just peeked once in a while, right? But all in all, there's a part of me that wants this to be my #1. It really does. And I think that a different day of the week, this could be #1 for me. I just love this Silksong world. I feel so many emotions from this game while playing it. And this is the kind of exploration that I find so addicting because nothing is told to me. Like, I really have to go out there and find things in this dire world to survive. And I think the hardest part about playing this game is you have to lock in every time you boot this game up. And I do know that that does feel a little antithetical to how some people play video games. Many people, but just visually, mechanically, this game to me is a masterpiece. This is one of those amazing games where I feel like every time I walk away from it, I'm interpreting things that happened and how I feel about it. I'm really like deciding the adventure for myself, and I love all the different pathways. You know, it's pretty much non-linear basically most of the time. You know, there's mystery around every corner. And yeah, the art style, I would die for the art style for this game. This game literally beats the shit out of you and will never apologize for it. And that's something. Silksong, you say sorry. You hurt my feelings. Hey, babe.
Yes.
What was your game of the year this year?
My game of the year was Silksong.
This game deserves its flowers as game of the year for 2025. I remember watching this game get announced and my heart was just fluttering. I was like, wait, whoa. This is the Final Fantasy I've been asking for. That was my first impression of seeing it, and I was like, you know, I am a hardcore turn-based historian. I've been playing turn-based games since I was this big. I saw in that trailer, I saw the timed button presses, and I was like, what Legend of Dragoon is coming back? And you know what I thought about the game after I had seen it? I thought no one was gonna really play this game. I thought it was gonna be a new hidden gem. I thought it was gonna fly under the radar. The second I bought my PS5, I needed this. And you know what? It was sold out. The reason I bought my PS5 was because I found it at its lowest price because the Switch 2 was coming out. And lo and behold, after searching relentlessly for a few days to find a copy of this, I found a GameStop like an hour and a half away from me. And you know what? I drove all the way to that GameStop and I got this one final copy that they had there. Called the guy up. I was like, please just put that behind the counter. Let me come pick it up. I am super serious. I've been looking for this forever. Please. And then I sped my way home on the highway. And then I got home, freaking slapped this in my PS5, and I was absolutely in awe. Jaw on the floor when I finally got to play how this battle system worked. Because you just don't know how it feels till you really play it, you know? And yeah, over the course of playing this game, I have built up so many new core memories. I have new nostalgia for this already. This game broke my heart multiple times. Yes, I cried multiple times. There's something about this game that I find really difficult. But it's difficult in that, you know, Dark Souls kind of way, even though I've never played Dark Souls. I played Silksong, yeah, you know. It's just that Dark Souls design, right? Where you have to really learn the patterns and get good, I guess, so that you can overcome some of these challenges. And it's not just the battle system that sells this game. You know, that's the core of the identity, I guess, you know, of playing a video game. But it's the characters. It's the music. Oh, the music. Oh my god, the music. Now, even before I got this game, I thought the graphics looked a little uncanny. And then when I played it, I had this uncanny feeling for the first hour, but then I kind of got used to it. The game is hyper-realistic, yet somehow it's like weirdly cartoony. I don't know how to describe it. It's the way the animations are. But somehow, I didn't feel like that was a flaw. It just somehow made the game more unique and lovable. You know, like it's a perfect storm, this game. It's just oozing with charm, so many memorable moments, and all the voice acting, it's crazy good. Normally, I don't love this, like, dramatically. It's like a TV show sometimes. It kind of has that kind of, you know, it traps itself in kind of that kind of vibe. But the story is just so well written. Like, even if I don't always love that movie type tone, it just works perfectly. Claire Expedition 33 is 100% just trying to be itself. It knows who it is. It knows what it wants to be. This team legitimately had a vision and they stuck to it, and they stuck the landing, man. Oh man, I could just tell that they were just so passionate about what they loved. I want to blab on about this game forever. I could just keep saying things. I could keep just spewing things about this game. There was a lot of times this game gave me resistance in like the difficulty, but I just kept going at it and going at it, and it felt so good when I accomplished those boss battles every time. And what's funny, in this game, you can break this game and you can make your character so busted. I didn't know how to do that, and also halfway into the game is when I learned that I shouldn't be dodging, I should be counterattacking. You know, hey, I'm sorry, I don't know, I wasn't thinking about it. There's just something about this game. It's a masterpiece. One of a kind, man. And I'll be thinking about it forever. The ending of this game, it will just tear you apart. The ending of this game still has me thinking about it. All the time. It'll just pop into my head randomly. I'm at work and I just start thinking about the ending of this game. I won't spoil anything, obviously, but there's some moral gray area that I just can't stop thinking about, and they did it on purpose. They did it to make you think, and I love that. Okay, I gotta shut up. I gotta be done. I wish I could edit. If I had more time to edit this, I would edit myself like disappearing and go-maging. They like disappear and then they turn into flowers and just play the game. Yeah, okay, I'm done. This is the stack of games that didn't make the list. My honorable mentions. Freaking Mario Kart, Kirby. Oh man, that was so close to being on there. Tower, Suikoden, Fantasy Life, Xenoblade, Atelia, Lunar, Tales of Xillia, that was great. Final Fantasy Tactics, amazing game. Oh, look at that. Oh my. So, I don't talk about it much, but probably because it's really personal, I guess, but when the first Death Stranding came out, I was in a time in my life that things weren't okay, right? And I really needed something. And Death Stranding became that something that I needed, you know, an escape for me to get away from being lost. You know, being really lost in so many ways. And I know it sounds crazy, but you know, a game like Death Stranding, it helped me find myself in a time that I felt very helpless. In my day-to-day life, I have been for a very long time a pizza delivery driver. So, and during that time in my life, I was a pizza delivery driver, still am. But going through the struggles of the world... Oh yeah, but my game of the year is Death Stranding. Two, Death Stranding 2. It's the second one. Anyway, to continue being emotional, okay? I really just connected with Sam as a character. I felt very empty like Sam does in the first game. I felt like a lifeless shell at this point in my time, but I still wanted to make other people happy. I wanted to see other people smile. I didn't want other people to be in pain like I was. So with great anticipation, I have been waiting for Death Stranding 2 forever, you know, ever since the first game, you know. I've always wanted to see if they made another game. I thought that Hideo Kojima was not even going to make another Death Stranding. I thought it was kind of going to end with the first one. This is, you know, my game of the year list, so it's the games that are most personal to me. And I had the biggest personal connection with this game. Clair Obscur and Silk Song were close, but as with the first Death Stranding, the second Death Stranding, I can just play it endlessly. And in fact, since playing the second Death Stranding, I still go back and play the first one. I am just so connected to both of these games. It's weird when I explain it to people, but Death Stranding is my Minecraft, my Stardew Valley. It's my cozy game. And I know it's crazy because if you look at the gameplay and you know the storyline of this, you know, you're in the apocalypse, it's really scary, there's these scary things, there's these ghost creatures, they touch you, a nuclear explosion happens, you freaking die, it's crazy. But I find peace and comfort in this world somehow. I do. The world of Death Stranding feels like an embodiment of, like, everything that can be bad, like, on the outside, you know? And it pulls you in, internally, and you start to really connect with the main character, Sam, as he's trying to push his way through everything that's horrible. If anything in my life is weighing on me, this is what I turn on. this game, I turn it on, and it helps me feel better. Now, for quite a few years here, I have been a very, 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 very happy and stable person. I do think that I would have found myself and been happier regardless of Death Stranding, but Death Stranding was a huge thing for me. It was a band-aid I needed in a certain time of my life. The graphics in this game are so breathtaking. It takes my breath away every time. I cannot believe I've never seen a game with better graphics than this ever. Like on more of a hyper-realistic level, I've never, ever seen anything like this. And it's funny, because I'm a person who doesn't care about graphics, but there's something about this game that, the lighting engine, it's so crazy. The world, it's so crazy looking, and I want to be there, I want to get lost there. I just want to be there. I want to be there. I want to be there right now. I just love being in this world so much. Throughout my whole entire life, Hideo Kojima's games really have kind of been a lifeline for me. You know, every Metal Gear Solid game, even games like Boktai, they've just like always been there for me. And yeah, Death Stranding might have been there for me even more than Metal Gear Solid. Like Death Stranding 1 is, I don't know, my third favorite game of all time, probably. I need to make a list of all my favorite games ever. I think it would be cool. I want to blab on and blab on and blab on, but even if the storyline was bad in this game, the gameplay of this game would be what I needed, right? And I would just, it's a big open world map, you just deliver from place to place. There's more nuance to it, obviously, and you can always mess around, and like all the mechanics in this game are so endless, and you can do so much fun stuff in this game. Like you can experiment for hours and just do such crazy goofy stuff and cool stuff. In fact, in this game, the fighting, the combat is just better than ever. Like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Like you don't do the combat all the time, but when you do, well, you know what? In this game, they let you, what's great about this is it's balance. The pacing of when you can do stuff and whatever you kind of feel like doing, you can really focus in on what you want to, how you want to play for the day in Death Stranding 2 versus the first game. I'm just getting lost. Yeah, this game, you know, if you watch the Let's Play series, you'll see that I just start bawling my eyes out the second I play this game. It's literally, you can tell that this means everything to me. Yep, Death Stranding 2, that's #1 for me this year. Hey, wow, thanks for watching. Have the most wonderful freaking day ever.